Trust me. Go home and listen to yourself sing. All right? So you can guarantee that you need music lessons. All right? Tell your parents, please, give me some lessons. If you guys learn to sing, I'll go. But the way it sounds now, I heard you got a great part. You're the jellyfish. All right, here we go. So everybody look at number 26. The common denominator is what?
2x plus 3.
Now look, I'm going to try to show you something a little bit different. Look up, please. Although it's the same, I'm going to try to show you how you're going to do it a little bit quicker today for those of you guys who are good with fractions. All right? So the first fraction I have to multiply by what? 2x plus 3. So all I want you to do is go -6 times 2x plus 3 minus 1. What do I have to multiply the second equation by? Nothing. Or you could say 1. All right? So again, that is how I want you to do it now. Look up. You only have to write one fraction now instead of 2. Because you know each fraction is going to have a denominator that is what?
The same.
The same. 2x plus 3. All right? So now let's distribute the -6. When I distribute the -6, we get -12x minus 18 minus 1. Does everybody see that? And so your final answer is, McConnell.
-12x minus -12x.
Now, can I cancel the 2 and the 12?
Yes. No.
Of course not. Things bounded by addition and subtraction cannot be reduced. Isn't that right, Mr. Kemp? Yes. All right. So here we go. Another better example now of how you can work quickly. All right, please, everybody listen to me on 28. Listen to me on 28. The common denominator is what?
Squared minus
What?
n plus 5 n minus 4.
Thank you. N plus 5. N minus 4. All right, now what do I have to multiply the first fraction by?
N minus 4.
So it would be 3n parentheses n minus 4 plus n. What do I multiply the second parentheses by? N plus 5. Now look, please, if you understand fractions, this is easy. All right, does anybody have any questions so far? Now we simplify the numerator. When I simplify the numerator, I end up with 3n squared minus 12n. Beautiful. Now when I combine terms now, I get 4n squared minus what? Good. Excellent, guys. I told you this would be pretty easy. Is everybody happy with that so far? All right, now, can I factor an n from the numerator?
No.
Can I factor an n from the numerator? Yes. However, factoring it out, if you can think a little bit ahead, will that help in any way?
No.
No. So is it necessary? No, it's not. So you could leave it as 4n squared minus 7n. Some of the kids in my other class wanted to just go ahead and write it as n times 4n minus 7 over n plus 5 times n minus 4. And they did that just so they could see nothing reduced. Everybody with me on this? It's kind of hard to read that over there, so maybe I should. Okay. All right. Now, again, on 30, please look. Everybody on 30. I would want everybody to just look at that right off the bat and say that's just 7 over x minus 1. Come on, come on. Now, look, this is something you got to think about. All right, hold on a second. I'll let you tell me. Right, but you got to think a little bit about this now. All right? Is 1 minus x and x minus 1 the same? No, they're off by a negative. So essentially what you're doing is you're multiplying the top and bottom by -1. Does everybody see that? And then that changes the 1 minus x to what? X minus 1, and it changes this addition or subtraction to a what? Addition. Come on now, make sure you understand that because I expect you just to be able to tell me the answer. All right, is everybody with me on that? Anybody have any questions? All right, so now you've told me you understand 30. That means you should understand 32, and you can just tell me what the answer is.
8 over a minus 5.
8 over a minus 5. Thank you very much, Zoe. 8 over a minus 5. Now, again, how I'd want you to do that is I'd want you to say, hey, I'm just multiplying the top and bottom by -1, which changes that to 5 and changes all those.
Wow.
All right? That's not that bad. Agreed? Everybody agreeing with me on that?
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. On 34, we're going to factor 34. Go ahead.
So -5 plus a is the same as a.
No, it's not. That's what we're saying. 5 minus a is not the same as a minus 5. But if I'm... Yes, -5 plus a. Do you want me to show you that, or are you good? Okay. So now, for question 34, hey, come on. So for 34, you're going to factor that, and that just becomes what? Y plus 3, y plus 2. Is everybody with me on this? All right, so now what am I trying to tell you? I'm trying to tell you now that I have one fraction, and the common denominator is y plus 3 and y plus 2. All right? So do I have to multiply the first fraction by anything?
No.
So it'd be 5 plus 2 times y plus 3. And some of you guys are so smart, you would just say 2y plus 6 and be done with it. All right? If you're good, you can just distribute through, but I'm just showing you the extra step. Everybody comfortable with that? All right, so now when I distribute, I get 5 plus 2y plus 15. What?
On the test, are you going to make this distribution?
I don't care how you do it. Give me the right answer.
So we can just
I know some of you guys are doing the mental things good. But listen, and I tried to tell some of you the difference between your making the grades you want is there's careless mistakes. You understand what I'm saying, right?
So if we left it as 5 plus 2y minus 3?
No, that's wrong. You have to simplify. I'm sorry, I misunderstood your question. You have to simplify. So when you simplify, that would be what?
15.
Oh, I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah, it's so right.
Plus 6. All right, so 2y plus what? 11 over y plus 3 times y plus 2. Everybody good with that, right?
Yep.
That's easy. All right, now let's do the last little bit here. All right, so x squared minus 1 is x plus 1, x minus 1. Everybody agree? All right. So now, common denominator, x plus 1, x minus 1. So the fraction on the left stays the same, correct? Now again, here's where kids make mistake. It's x minus 2 times what? X plus 1. All right? Because kids forget to distribute the negative. People forget to distribute the negatives. You got to be careful. All right? So now when we distribute, we get what? Negative 2x.
Oh, wait.
That's the mistake. It's negative 2x minus 2. Everybody agree with that? Right? And so now when I combine, I get what? What is it?
Negative x. Oh, negative.
Is that,
Oh, yeah. X.
is that negative x minus 2 or not?
Negative x.
Over.
X plus 1.
Yes, sir.
Why would you, when you do x minus 2 in parentheses, why would it only be x plus 1? Why would there be x minus 1?
Because look, to get that to a common denominator, I'm multiplying it by x plus 1. Very good question. Do you see that?
Oh,
Because
there's x minus 1 on the
There's an x minus 1 already there. You good with me? All right, any questions with 36 now?
I kind of don't understand the last part. Like
You don't have to defend your position. All I'm asking you is this. Are you comfortable with this step right here?
Yes.
All right, now, are you comfortable with this step?
Yes.
So now you're just combining terms. That's the only thing you're not seeing. So watch. You're combining this and this. So 1x minus 2x is negative 1x. You see what I'm saying, right? And do you want me to show you that on the other one, or are you good? All right. So you just combine, the last step is just combining like terms. That's all. Yes, sir.
So the negative distributes to x minus 1.
That's exactly why people make a mistake. It does. The negative 2 is distributed. Right? So that's the problem. Did everybody see that?
Yeah.
That's why I tell kids they should make this a what? Plus and a minus. You with me? And then you can see better it's distributing the negative. All right, so let's look at that. Just make sure everybody hears what I'm saying. Plus, minus. Does that make sense? All right, with the subtraction, you have to distribute the negative. Right, Casey?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Let's take a look at 38. Uh-oh. There is none. The end. All right, the end. How nice is that? All right, so we are done. All right, and let's just listen to what I'm going to tell you now, and then I'm going to go back and answer any questions for those of you guys who feel you need some extra help. Your job is just to finish it up. Everybody hear me? Now, I said earlier, which I'm not sure if everybody was listening, the review is on your iPad. So once you're done with the rest of the odds, go start the review if you want to make sure you're prepared. Now, some of you guys started with an A. All right? So keep it up. All right? Don't say I made an A on my last test, so I don't have to study on this test. Study as much as you did on the last test for this test, and then that's how you maintain an A. All right? No slacking. All right? We don't have many tests this quarter. Why is that? Because we have ERBs for a week. We have Keys trip for a week, exam review, and exams. So that's 4 weeks missing out of 9. All right? Which means we have 5 weeks left, and I believe this is already the second week. So we really have 3 weeks left. All right, that's it. All right? And 1 week I'm prepping you for your ERBs also. All right? So we've got a lot of work to do. Now, back to the individuals who need some extra help. Yes?
Oh, I see the answer.
33.
Wait, can you?
Which one? 33. Okay, so let's look at this real quick. All right, the main thing I want you to get out of this is that do you see that these are just opposites of each other, right?
Yeah.
So that just kind of means they're off by a factor of -1. So I'm just multiplying the top and bottom by -1. You with me? So that makes the 3 -3, and then it switches the denominator to 2x minus 3 instead of 3 minus 2x. Now because they have a common denominator, it just becomes 2x minus 3 over 2x minus 3. Casey?
Is negative m plus 2 the same as
I'm not sure what number you're on.
35?
So let's look at 35. And you can see what you did.
So negative m plus 2 is up to n minus 2.
You factored, right? We got a common denominator, m minus 2 and m minus 1, right? So I multiply the second fraction by m minus 1.
Yeah, but the negative distributes to negative m plus 2.
You keep saying 2. Are you telling me 1 times 1 is 2?
No, 1 times negative 2 on the denominator of
-1 times m is negative m, and -1 times -1 is 1. I'm not sure where you're getting the 2.
on the denominator.
Okay.
The negative m plus 2. So does that
No,
make
you're not
sense?
distributing the negative to the denominator. No, only to the numerator. Only to the numerator.
I can see it. So for number 36, I know that the x squared minus 1 is,
Correct?
Multiply that by the other x minus 1.
No, because it's already got the common denominator.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
Right? Both terms are used, so you don't have to multiply. You don't have to change anything.
You know how number 36 it's x minus 2x times x plus 1. Could you just leave it like that, or would you have to simplify it?
Well, x squared, it's not x squared, it's x minus 2x.
Yeah, I know that, but could you just leave it x minus 2x times x plus 1?
No, you have to simplify. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. Always simplify the top. All right, part of it is combining like terms. Anybody else? All right, listen, honestly, guys, finish up the odds and then start the review. All right, that's what you're doing. All right?